I'm so glad that you mentioned ISIS and some of these other terror groups, because when we think of the United States, for instance, and how advanced we are technologically, when you do compare us to some of these other countries that don't seem like they would be as technologically advanced, the reality is we've got to run for our money here. So what would you say are either our shortcomings in the United States, and what are some of the things that we should be improving on to make ourselves really competitive and ahead of everybody else?
Yeah, we're as a nation, when it comes to science and technology, resting on our laurels. We're ahead of strategic competitors like a China, but they're in some areas catching up, and in other areas maybe even surpassing us. And it's in so many different, the cutting edge fields of technology. For example, the world's fastest supercomputer made in China, only with Chinese parts, or artificial intelligence. China has a national strategy for it. We don't. And there's so many different things that could be done and should be done when we think about, how we can keep ahead or catch pace with this. And it hits everything from restoring science and technology training in our schools, from the elementary level all the way up to our university level. Instead, we have this sort of, our universities are one of the strategic advantages of the United States. They've been one of the things that have put us ahead, and yet they're under siege from state legislatures right now. It's really odd. We have, the debates on immigration. Are we attracting the world's best graduate students, or are we trying to kick them out? Attracting them is what helped us stay ahead during the Cold War. Kicking them out is what's going to make us lose the next version of the Cold War. To spending on research and development, it's really spotty when you look about it across the government. So there's some areas where we've increased spending on R&D, for example, within the Pentagon on cybersecurity R&D. But then when you look at it in all these other agencies that matter beyond, so for example, even Homeland Security, the new budget cut the research and development budget for cybersecurity, or in another area like NIST. So it's really, essentially, we got to start thinking again. We got to have a strategy. You can't, to be blunt, tweet your way out of this problem.